Well, it's our Thursday night live demo, and we're recording so that we can share with everybody. We love doing this once a month for our free group participants and our full-time participants, just to give them a little something to see kind of what we do inside our groups and share a fun recipe and something that you can actually tactile do and take with you as a takeaway. So I don't know anybody else that does things this way, but we do because we're the MisFITs. So Meredith is doing our food demo tonight, so I'm really excited to see what she's going to make for us. So I'm going to mute all of us, and that way we won't distract her too much. But feel free to let us know whatever you need to do. So take it away, Mer.
All right. As Nicole said, I'm Meredith, and I'm part of the MisFIT team. So what I'm going to talk about tonight, I think, just in general, as far as why I came to love this burrito bowl that I make, is because ingredient swapping is so important when you first learn how to clean eat, or all the time, really. So one of my preconceived notions about clean eating was that I wasn't going to get to eat all the food that I loved anymore, and that it was going to be so restrictive, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, what I've come to find out is that you can do so much with just swapping out simple ingredients. You can still eat everything you love to eat, and it can just be a little cleaner. Cleanish is what I like to say. So one of the things I love to eat is Mexican food. I will always love to eat it. Tacos, burritos, guacamole, queso, you name it. I love it. Oh, and you might hear my dog Daisy whine a little bit in the background because she loves Mexican food too. She just wouldn't keep her sombrero on for everyone tonight, so I'm sorry. So the first thing I'm going to share with you tonight my favorite little burrito bowl that I usually just kind of whip together with ingredients that I already have in my refrigerator. And that's the coolest thing too, because if I'm like maybe was in a rush and this week and didn't plan my meals out as well as I thought I had, I always have these like simple ingredients in my refrigerator, and I can throw this together. So I always think about ahead of time, usually, about a protein that I'm going to prepare for the week. It might be chicken, it might be steak, whatever it is. If it's chicken, I'll usually throw it in my crock pot on Sunday with a can of, or a jar of salsa and a little bit of low sodium chicken broth, and cook it all day, and then I shred it down, and I use that throughout the week for lots of things, but one thing in particular is this burrito bowl. Tonight, however, we had steak earlier, so I actually have a little bit of steak I'm going to put in this burrito bowl. So I always measure everything out. So I will put one red container, which is one protein, of steak in my burrito bowl. I always have some kind of spring mix, spinach, whatever you name it, on hand. So tonight I actually have some organic spring mix. So I will measure out at least 1 full cup of this and maybe 1.5, depending on what other veggies I'm going to add to it. So tonight I have also to add a red bell pepper, which is a fave. I always have some sort of peppers in my refrigerator. Sometimes I'll have some like mixed sweet peppers. Those. Trying to think what other veggie I really put in. That's about it, honestly, on the veggies. Then I always add a carb. So I usually make a full batch of brown rice or quinoa. I will do that sometimes on Sunday or Monday, and that way I'll have it for lunches throughout the week. So then I do 1 whole yellow container of whatever starch I choose. Now sometimes I get a little creative, and if I have a can of black beans, I'll do half rice and half black beans because it's very yummy. And I highly suggest this. Kroger has an organic spicy black bean. It's really, really good. So then my secret, I don't use dressing. I'll be back. Hold up. This is just killing you, isn't it? The suspense. So I ditch all the calories with dressing and I mix Greek yogurt with some salsa for my dressing. So you're getting some really awesome extra protein from your Greek yogurt, and salsa is a free food. You could probably drink this whole thing and you would be just fine. And the last thing I do is I always add a blue container of either fresh avocado, because I always have at least 1 or 2 avocados in my house. Daisy, hold on. Let me let her outside.
These are the joys of these live moments. I absolutely love it.
And
real life people.
Why they call us the MisFITs, because nothing ever works like it's supposed to. Anyways, so avocado always, or I will whip up some guacamole that I love to make guacamole. And last but not least, you can put cheese on it if you like, but I would suggest like the Mexican cheese that you can buy, Cochita, I think it's Cochita cheese. It comes in a wheel, and it's white.
The crumbly white cheese,
crumbly white cheese. And just a little bit of sprinkle on top for just presentation. I'm all about making food pretty. And then last thing, I love chips. They're kind of my downfall. So any carbohydrate really, but chips in particular. So I have started making my own homemade tortilla chips. Very easy. You just take the corn tortillas. I like to take them and kind of slice them first into like pizza pie shapes and put them on a baking sheet with parchment paper down. And then I just lightly coat them with a tiny, tiny bit of olive oil spray and put them in the oven at 375. You kind of just have to watch them depending on how hot your oven gets. I'd say 10 minutes max, but I've burnt a few batches, so keep an eye on them. And then I just lightly sprinkle, if I want, a little bit of Himalayan sea salt on the top. And then just put them on the top of my burrito bowl. And so you have a little crunch, you've got all your veggies, you've got a lot of good protein, and you really feel satisfied. You're eating a delicious, delicious Mexican-inspired dish. So.
That's awesome. I could never, ever feel deprived. I mean, I think doing like a burrito bowl or burritos or like a taco salad, that's one of those things that people feel are like guilty pleasures. And when you're doing it like that and you think your way through it, you're never going to miss anything. Like, what is there to miss? There's nothing to miss.
Nope.
At least that's the way I look at it. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And it literally takes me 5 minutes, especially if I have all those things prepped earlier in the week. So it's really good if you're in a time crunch, just to always have good, fresh things in your refrigerator, because then you always have something to go to.
Does anybody have something to add, like a variation that you could think of, or something that you've done at home at all? No, don't all jump up. Ooh, Terry, you're muted. You know you're muted. I love you. Hold on. Okay, Terry, say it again.
I said I do jalapenos, or sometimes I'll do, certain different types of fresh peppers on top, instead of, if there's, I don't like to use the ones that are already made up in a jar because they've got a lot of salt and stuff in them. So I'll do the fresh hot ones.
Yep. And I forgot to mention I'm a hot sauce addict, so I really dump quite a bit of the just Mexican hot sauce on top of it.
Good Cholula goes a long way. I love it. All right, well, that's our demo for tonight. So I'm going to stop recording here in a second. We're just going to do a little discussion kind of thing. But as always, we're always open to inspire and talk more and share more with anybody. And our hearts are always open to inviting you to join our full-time group. Just talk to whatever coach invited you, and see what our team is about and what we're really trying to do by empowering and spreading the word of wellness through a very simple, healthy lifestyle. So thanks for being here, and thank you to anybody that's watching this afterwards, and we hope that it's really helpful. Thanks.
Daisy apologizes for barking.
We love Daisy anyway.